Hey, Curtis.
Hey, Oz.
What movie do you have to wrap up 2025?
Yes, to wrap up this year, we have Fast Times at Ridgemont High, plus some Paper Moon, toss in some Paris, Texas, all tied together by the emotional Oscar winning performance of Frau Blur. This week, we're watching The Last Picture Show.
That was a terrible horse.
That was a bad horse.
That was a bad horse.
That one was on its way to the glue factory.
Yeah, that's fair. So, welcome back, listeners and viewers, to another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast where we take a monthly theme. We are wrapping up Last Movies Month this week with The Last Picture Show, which coincidentally is the last picture show we'll be talking about for the year. I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I'm the other host, Curtis.
And we want to give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers, Don S., Anarene, Mandy K, Melissa L, Colleen K, and Lyle M. Thank you one and all for your patronage.
Yes.
If you would like to join the Patreon army, there is a link below in the show notes and comment that you can join, and we will add your name to the roster.
Yes, help us ring in the new year by becoming a Patreon subscriber.
Help us cha-ching in the new year by becoming a Patreon subscriber. We also would like to... I don't know. I there weren't any horses in this movie, despite it being a Texas movie. But
yeah, it's set in Texas, no horses.
I think every time they said that in Ruth Popper, they should have thrown in a whinny.
You just off of the distance, you just hear a.
That would have been fun. So, no, like, subscribe, comment, all those things that you're supposed to do to help grow the channel. So I did check some YouTube analytics this morning. We've gained 8 followers in the last month, so keep it up, because we're a few followers away from those touchstone milestones. So, but no, do your part. So, all right, Last Picture Show, a film that somewhat plotless, which makes it very character driven.
Yeah, it's all character. This movie is all character. This was a first time watch for both of us.
Yep.
And I absolutely love this movie.
Oh, I did too. I really found myself appreciating it much more than, I won't say that I anticipated, but like we were talking pre-show, like unfortunately, my wheelhouse, as I've gotten older, I used to watch a ton of stuff, and I've gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what? Time is limited, and so I'm just going to stick with what I enjoy, which is why I'm watching crap like Dead Heat or
Captain Ron.
Okay, it's stuff like that. And so for this to come aboard, it's like, good. I really enjoyed it. So anyway, I interrupted you. You go ahead. First time watch.
No. Yeah, again, first time watch for both of us. I had texted Oz earlier in the week and said that this could be one of the best screenplays I've ever watched. Again, there's not a lot of plot. It kind of meanders, but it's all set in these characters and, desolate rural town, Texas, this dying town in the early 50s, and how the town and the characters are kind of one with each other.
Yeah. Well, and even as a viewer, like Peter Bogdanovich did a great job of just letting the camera just go.
Yeah.
Like there were scenes, because this movie is almost 2 hours long. And despite being 2 hours long, nobody has anything to do, which as a viewer, you kind of feel like you have nothing to do. Yeah. So you're just sitting and waiting for something to happen. And at some point in the film, I kind of hit this point where I'm like, I feel how they feel. Like, luckily, my experience is over in a couple hours. But for these people, this is their life. Yeah. They're just constantly waiting for something to happen, and not in a bad way. Like I don't mean that as a slight to the film, but it's like you really, if you let yourself really like focus on what's going on, you really do feel like, man, there's nothing to do. I'm just waiting,
and it grinds on the characters, and they each respond in different ways. You know, you have your social climber, you have your people that are just resigned to be there. You've got your longtime townies. Yeah,
Right.
it's just, you see the effect that this isolation and desolation just has on the people.
And I think that works because there is not much of a plot.
Yeah. And it becomes a part of the identity of these characters, that they feel like it's inevitable. Like, you know, I'm trapped. This is who I am. This is what I am, and this is the most I can make of myself. And you know, you could see like how this movie is like kind of the early seeding of like kind of the class resentment that we see a lot these days. Not to get too political or anything.
No, but no, I felt that way too.
Yeah. Like, you know, when you feel like you're not allowed to, or you are, you know, just by circumstance that you can't, you're not capable of growing beyond these very tight parameters. I can't imagine what that would do to somebody, and how that would seed to resent and lashing out. And
and even back then, of just the way the other half conducts themselves. Is, I mean, that we'll get to that particular scene, but I was like just the entitlement, just the pure entitlement of it was just disgusting.
Bobby Sheen.
Yeah, exactly. Bobby Sheen.
Bobby the Brain Sheen.
Well, yeah. Allegedly, the way that some other Sheens tend to act, it was right there in the family lineage,
right there,
all along, right in front of us.
That's what this movie was predictive of, the Sheen Estevez family.
My cousin Bobby down in Texas taught me this move.
My cousin Martin, I mean Bobby.
Right, yeah. So you've got the character drivenness of the, I can't say plot because there really isn't much of one.
Of the meandering, but who's in this movie? Some great performances too.
Some excellent performances, and some, because one in particular I didn't recognize who it was until the end. Even though I knew this person was in the movie, I'd forgotten. But we have our main character really is Sonny Crawford, played by Timothy Bottoms. He's kid, senior in high school. His best friend Duane Jackson, played by Jeff Bridges, is fellow senior in high school. Best friends. There are two like pace cars for the movie. You know, for the most part, where they go, we go. We get other senior in high school, Jacy Farrow, played by Cybill Shepherd. Rich girl, popular girl. Everybody wants to be like Jacy.
Yeah, she's the only good-looking girl in school.
And they make an effort to make sure you realize that by, like putting some 6s and 7s around her as a 9 or 10, which isn't really fair to them, but to each their own. And so those are really our three kids. We also have Billy, played actually by Timothy Bottoms' younger brother, Sam Bottoms, as your town. Oh, I don't want to. Simpleton's not the right word, but he's got some disability.
I think you get the impression there's some kind of developmental disability, probably on the autism spectrum.
Right. But this is 1951. So that doesn't exist.
So he's just, he's the town simpleton.
Yeah. He's stupid.
That's how they
dumb.
view him.
Yeah.
He's that guy that has something wrong with him.
Right. He's the one that stands out here in a Texas ghost town, sweeping the road with a broom, and everyone just knows that's what he does. And and it's no different than today. You've got people that are passionate about him and people that don't like it. Yeah. And so for the kids, that's pretty much the kids. We do get a blink 3 times and you miss him, Randy Quaid. He is not a good looking man.
No, he's not. No, he's not. And I think he has like resting, just that resting face he has, that
doof.
Resting doof face.
And so he plays Lester Marlowe, rich kid from the club. Not the same club that 50 Cent goes to, but
not THA club.
You'll find Lester Marlowe in the club, not the club.
In the club, not the club.
We also have other young guy, Gary Brockett, as Bobby Sheen. The rest of it is pretty much a solo adult driven.
Yeah.
Sam the Lion, played by Ben Johnson, who
Yeah.
I saw in the trivia won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in the shortest amount of screen time ever, at like less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes of screen time. There's basically one scene that won him the Oscar.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to later.
Oh, yeah. And we make sure we note because the camera zooms in real close.
Real slow.
Yeah, yeah. So Ben Johnson plays, Bears head coach Ben Johnson plays Sam the Lion. Which, ironically, last year he would have been the lion. Now he's Sam the bear.
That's true. This movie was very prescient. It's Sam the Lion had his laminated play card in front of him the whole time.
Right in front of him. Bogdanovich is like, Ben, can you pull that down? I'm calling the shots on this movie, on this set, Ben.
By the way, we're filming this episode. Did you watch the game last night?
I watched the last 8 minutes of it.
Yes, yeah, it's
a great game.
Yeah, this is after the Bears lost a barn burner out in San Francisco.
Yeah,
42 to 38.
Yeah, which literally came down to last bounced of incomplete pass into the end zone with no time on the clock.
Yep. Tried the old hook and ladder before.
Yeah, I am extremely happy that the Bears did not get blown out, despite all of the offensive people missing. Like, 3 of your top 4 receivers are out.
Half the team was sick.
Yeah, I know. They're just sick. They weren't injured. They're just sick.
They were sick, bro.
Those guys are so sick. But no, I was a little worried going in. I was like, I hope it's a game. I hope they make it a a game. And they did.
And they did. It was anybody's game. Like, it was you play that game 100 times, 50 times Bears wins, 50 times the Niners win.
Yeah, I mean, and these are 2 11-4 teams, which just proves the point again. Like, the Bears aren't a fluke this year. Like, I wouldn't be a team that would want to play them in January for sure.
Put in Bajent.
Just put him exactly.
Put in Bajent.
Early season, they were calling for him. Those people have gotten real quiet.
Yep.
Other roles, another Oscar-winning role.
Yes, 2 Oscar winners from this movie.
Yeah, and honestly, this I saw too that they were nominated. There were 4 nominations, 2 male and 2 female for supporting actor, supporting actress, and a lot of times those kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah.
But not here. So Cloris Leachman won the Oscar as Ruth Popper. Just devastating performance in this one. Like, I
just agreed.
You just can't help it, but you just feel for her. Ellen Burstyn as the one that I didn't recognize. I knew she was in the film, and I didn't place her till the title card at the end, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I forgot she was in there.
Yeah,
right. She plays JC's mom, Lois, one that really wishes she got away from town and didn't, and so she's kind of eerily pushing her daughter to, go do what I couldn't. Eileen Brennan of Clue fame as Genevieve,
Miss Peacock herself.
I get a great performance. Clue Gulager as Abilene. I just like Clue Gulager as
you like Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, Return of the Living Dead and Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, but he's been, we talked about him at the end of last episode. That's really it. I don't think I'm missing anybody else. There's a lot of other people in the film.
I got to briefly mention, I got a kick out of, because I didn't recognize the actor's name. John Hillerman plays,
I was wondering if you were going to say him.
Plays the English teacher at school. He's trying to teach him about Keats. And he was one of the Johnsons from Blazing Saddles.
Yes, he was. Yeah, I thought I recognized him. I couldn't place where, but you're right.
I think Howard Johnson. Howard Johnson is right.
he owned the inn. He was also in Chinatown, Blazing Saddles, like you said.
I think he was in Paper Moon also. Like, so he was in like Bogdanovich's stable.
And a very Brady sequel.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. That's where we've seen him.
I love the Brady Bunch movies. Oh, they're so silly.
They are. So that's it. I mean, like I said, this, like we've said multiple times, this is a movie that is driven by characters. Yeah. And so the ones that I mentioned all have something to do.
Yeah.
So what is this movie about?
Yeah, we open on a rundown movie theater, the Picture House from said title, in a very desolate town. We hear wind whooshing. There's crud whipping everywhere.
Yeah.
I was taking my notes.
All it was missing was a tumbleweed.
Yeah. Sonny, whose pickup truck is even dying. Everything is dying in this town.
Yeah.
He goes to pick up Billy. Again, the character who's probably on the autism spectrum. He compulsively has a broom and literally sweeps the streets in town.
Right.
They go to the local pool hall where Sam the Lion tells Sonny, "You're never going to amount to nothing," and chastises them for not caring about their performance in last night's football game. Where's your school spirit? Yeah, couldn't tackle. I hope that I'm not taking any like a bad or a huff from you, Oz, but like
you're not.
I get you played high school football in small and rural, in town city USA.
Yes.
Did you ever get any of that?
No.
From the adults in town, not like staff or teachers, but like townies.
No, not to that level, because when my junior and senior year, we were just on the cut. Like they take 32 teams for the playoffs. My junior year, we were number 33, and my senior year, we were 32. That's the first time we'd made the playoffs, even sniffed the playoffs in 15 years. And ironically, 15 years prior to that is when the school won the state title. And so it wasn't so much the negative about that. There was a lot of good games, stuff like that. I would say the closest we got to something like this was my senior year. I dislocated my shoulder and I needed a brace, and they were expensive. And my family, I know we were going to secure one, but coach come in one day with a brace and said that an anonymous member of the community had donated to make sure we could get you back on the field.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I just, in my naivety, it said, well, actually it was somebody donated a brace so that we could get you back on the field. And I'm like, well, who was it? Because I want to thank them. And he's like, I think they'd prefer to stay anonymous. And I was like, okay. So it really kind of, I didn't really get it then, but unfortunately I understand. But it rubbed me a little bit, because I'm like, but I want to thank them. Like they did this for me, and I want to thank them. Another was when we made the playoffs. We were the 32 seed playing the number 9 seed. We were expected to lose, and we won our first playoff game. So we hosted a game. Coincidentally, that weekend of the first playoff game was when I was supposed to drive to Chicago, or I was supposed to interview with Golden Apple for teaching scholarship. I told them, when I said, is there any way I could reschedule this to next weekend? And this was via phone call. I said, we're probably going to lose our playoff game, and then when we won, we had to play the next weekend at home, and I had called to see if we could reschedule, and they wouldn't let me reschedule because, which is understandable. Well, there was another community member that had told our coach that they were willing to, because it's a farm community, they were willing to fly me to Joliet, and because they had, just like a family plane, they were crop dusters, but they had other planes, and were like, if it helps, we could fly him to Joliet if he could get it. And we ended up driving up the night before, interviewed, and I walked into the locker room like as we were about to take the field. But those little bit of events where it's like small town rising up to help, especially when in the thick of it, I wasn't a name. I didn't have one of those names.
I mean, you literally were nameless.
I didn't have. I was simple. I was really inspired by Prince at that point. I was the player formerly known as Oz,
formerly known as Mouse Cop.
Yeah, exactly. But it was just to see the community step up for the football team. I was the recipient and almost recipient of a couple of those. Okay, but yeah, there were. Not quite the whole rubbing elbows with everybody at the diner or anything like that. Yeah. But there definitely was some, we'll take care of you guys kind of thing.
Yeah. The local boosters.
There were local boosters, and they paid for our pizza dinner every Thursday night. And you know, and thinking back, there were always a couple of boosters that kind of hung around the fringes of those pizza dinners.
Sure.
Just, whatever. But
yeah,
again, I was naive and just was like, thanks for the food, guys.
Yeah. Monocle's good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's there. Not quite the level of Texas, but definitely the small rural town.
Yeah.
That's all they had.
Community rallies around the football team. Yeah. So again, the whole town is literally getting on Sonny and best friend Duane for not being able to or choosing not to tackle. Like there's people driving by in the street. You ever heard of tackling?
I chuckled after like the third or fourth time in the first 3 minutes of the film where they're getting razzed for it's like, because these boys who just, they could care less, they're going on about their life the next morning, and the whole town still just got a bad taste in their mouth because the boys, you know, they let us down. They couldn't tackle.
Yeah. And the boy, like you said, the boys are over and done with it.
They could care less.
It's just the next day.
Yeah.
And yeah. So Sonny goes to the movie theater and he's much more interested in watching the movie than making out with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And eventually much more interested in watching Duane make out with his girlfriend, Jacy, than make out with his old girlfriend. It's Sonny's anniversary with his girlfriend. He forgot.
He didn't know. No, he didn't care.
No, he didn't. Later, they go out necking Sonny and his girlfriend, and you know, and arguably the most romantic scene in the movie, Oz.
Yeah.
So they're in the pickup truck, and she just takes her top off.
Yeah, I admit they're just having a conversation. Like,
yeah, she just takes her top off. They start making
time.
Out. Yeah, it's time to take off my top and make out.
Yeah.
Sonny though breaks up with her.
Because
she brings up marriage.
Yeah.
And I think that was you get the idea, especially just after how dismissive he was at the movies, that this was probably a long time coming. And not that Sonny was very sensitive in how he did it, but it's probably better that they did break up.
Yeah. Well, and it just goes back to they dated because there was nothing else to do.
That's what you do. Just you date a classmate and then you get married when you're 18 or 19. And because this is the world. The world is that's small town you live in. Yeah. Later, Sonny processes things with town diner operator and therapist Genevieve.
Yeah. I really like the Genevieve character.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. More Genevieve. So at school, as I put in my notes, one of the Johnsons from Blazing Saddles teaches them about Keats. He also had them all trapped behind a piano, too.
You guys aren't leaving until I dismiss you.
Candygram for Mongo.
We had the week before we left for school, we did a Secret Santa where Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and so it was, one of our secretaries just doesn't participate. And so she's the Santa.
Okay.
Well, she got kind of overwhelmed. And so I'm like, I'll take a gift. And so it was candy because I saw in the bag what it was. And so when I took it to the teacher, I knocked on the door. That's what I did. So candygram for Mongo.
Candygram for Mongo. Did the teacher get it?
No. They didn't. I wasted it.
No, but you had a laugh.
Oh, I could care less if they got it. I found
most important.
Yeah.
So after English class, they go to PE, and the PE teacher, who's also the coach, is incredibly inappropriate.
It's 1951, though.
This could be. You know, we've talked about bad teachers before.
Oh, he's bad.
Bad educators. This one might take the cake.
Yeah, he's real bad.
Like he's what kind of female you ever gonna get?
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's in an all boys PE class.
The only ones that were running around this micro court were all boys.
Yeah,
it's a very tiny court they're running on.
Yeah, that was very small, and just like he's just belittling them, talking about inappropriate acts, slaps one on the butt.
Yeah, it's like, little Sandusky-esque, if you ask me.
I read in the trivia that
if you didn't say I was going there, go ahead.
Okay, Cloris Leachman had said that in this they didn't film it, but in the script it was later revealed that the coach was gay.
Yeah. And
which really adds a lot of context to that dynamic with Ruth as well.
Yeah, because I had read the trivia before the movie. And knowing that definitely made that scene play a little different.
Yeah, I did too. Like, okay. So okay.
And there's even some implication on Ruth's, she makes some comments later on to kind of imply it without saying it. And
there's some very light insinuations there. Yeah. So the coach PE teacher asks Sonny to take his wife to the doctor for him.
Yeah.
Because I can't take off work. But I'll let you skip civics class so you could take my wife to the doctor.
Right. But tell her you've got practice you got to get back to so she doesn't linger.
Yeah.
We don't want her to be at the doctor too long.
She is a woman after all.
Because you've got practice.
Yeah. So later we see Sonny, Duane, and Jacy at like the town drive-in, having French fries or something, and we see Lois and her husband, whose name I don't even remember. It's irrelevant.
Mr. Farrow, yeah.
Her husband, Mr. Farrow. They drive up and tell JC that it's time to go home. Dinner's waiting. And we see Abilene, the Clu Gallagher character, walk out. And he and Lois's husband are pals, but he and Lois kind of exchange a look. And the camera kind of lingers on both of them. And she flips him off as they drive away. So there's something between Lois and Abilene. At their rich home, Lois asks Jacy about her love life. She just dives right in, Oz.
Yeah. Oh, she's got no cares.
No, she doesn't. And I appreciate that about the Lois character.
Yeah. I will say I like that level of parenting, and I wouldn't use it, but she didn't care.
No, there's no filter. No filter whatsoever on her.
Nope.
You could argue she's the only one in the town. That is that brutally honest.
Well, it's because she can afford to be.
Oh, there's that too. Jacy tells her mother that Lois is rich and miserable because she's married. Like, you're the way you are because you're married. And Lois tells Jacy she's not scary enough to turn Duane rich.
Right. Yeah. She's like, because it was you got daddy, and I got daddy because I'm scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's an age difference too between Lois and the husband.
Gene, I looked. His name is Gene.
Gene, yeah.
He looks like a Gene.
Yeah. And so like Lois tells Jacy, you should sleep with Duane to find out how boring he is, so that you'll leave him now before you get married to him.
Right, because you need to find yourself a Richmond.
Yeah, a Richmond.
Yeah, that's why we have you need a rich man because. Basically, because there's nothing else in this town, so you might as well be wealthy.
May as well be rich. Yeah.
And
I took down this quote. God, this quote got me so good. This is Lois to Jacy. Everything gets old if you do it enough. If you want to find out about monotony, marry Duane. Ooh. And again, we're 15 minutes into the movie, right?
Oh yeah. It's just so good.
Yeah. Lois then calls Abilene to see if he wants company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sonny picks up Ruth for the doctor appointment. She says her husband didn't tell her Sonny was the ride because, of course, why would he tell her that? After taking her to the doctor, a tearful Ruth asks Sonny to stay for a while, and she cries more inside as she just kind of looks fondly at him. One of my possible huns was, you can read between the lines, but what was the medical condition that Ruth was going to the doctor for?
Sad.
She had a case of sad.
She's got a touch of the collie.
I mean, she is clearly depressed.
Yeah, she's melancholic.
The infinite sadness.
That's true.
But yeah, I wouldn't put it so far as to say that there's like fertility struggles there too.
Well, that happens when your husband's gay.
There's nothing physiological wrong with either of them. But
she can't get pregnant just due to lack of trying.
because the means is there, but the desire is not.
I think I'm infertile. No, you're not.
No, it's just, when was the last time you actually had sex with your husband?
Yeah, you've got the wrong. You're ill-equipped is more the problem.
So that night, rich kid Lester, our our Randy Quaid character, just
Ugh.
that resting Lester face.
Yeah. He's just a doofus.
He is. Invites Jacy to a nude swimming party at richer kid's house.
Yeah.
Bobby Sheen. Bobby Sheen lives up in Wichita Falls, which is like the rich community compared to the poor community that they're in.
And the Farrows are part of the club, a country club or whatever it is. Like it's a club that they get to go, rub shoulders with the other rich.
Yeah, and you get the impression that the Farrows are well off, but like the Sheen family, like they must be they're what everyone is aspiring to. They have an indoor pool.
Yeah.
Parents are out of town on trips and stuff. So at
the Farrows still live in Pawnee. is the issue. Yeah, you may be rich, but you're Pawnee rich.
Yeah, you're not Eagleton rich.
Yeah, you're not Eagleton rich.
Eagleton rich. At the dance, Lois brazenly kisses Abilene. Abilene shows up with another woman, and Lois just walks up and just kisses him right on the mouth.
Jean watches it happen.
Yeah, in front of her husband, in front of Abilene's date, in front of the whole place, and nobody bats an eye.
Nope.
Nobody bats an eye. And she just takes him, she grabs him by the hand, takes him to the dance floor, just leaves Abilene's date just standing there slack jawed.
Oh, she got mouthy with her too. And Lois just put her right in her place.
Yeah, she did. I'm dancing with him now, and you're going to wait here. Sonny has a very awkward exchange with his dad. The only time we see Sonny's dad in the whole movie.
Time we see his dad. Yeah. Because further early on, and while I'm still trying to get, just introduced to the characters, at first I thought Sam was Sonny's dad. Yeah. The way that he went and got Billy and went into the pool hall, and just kind of fatherly a little bit, the way he's on him. You're never going to amount to anything unless this one, I thought at first for a while, I thought Sam was Sonny and Billy's dad.
Well, Sam is like the town dad.
Yeah. He's
like the caretaker for all of these.
He's the Lebowski
wayward boys. Yeah.
Yeah. He's really ties the room together. That guy.
He does. He ties the room together. So Sonny has this really awkward exchange with his dad, and Sonny gets out of the conversation as fast as he can. I actually watched this movie twice in the last couple of days. I liked it that much. Yeah. So outside, Duane gives Jacy a bracelet watch, and she tells him she loves him, and then moves his hand to her thigh, and then says, "Oh, I have to leave. Because Mother is making me go out with Lester."
Well, yeah, earlier Lester had invited her, and then she didn't want to go, and then she realizes there's my chance, so she's like, ask me again later, like meet me outside, and so then it was just a matter of how can I get Duane to go along, I just need to string him along.
Yeah. And so she butters him up good.
Yeah.
Which
real good.
Jacy uses her sexuality
very manipulative
a lot. Yes. In this movie, manipulative is the exact word to describe Jacy.
I wasn't a fan of Jacy. Like,
no, she uses her sexuality to, I don't know if I say get what she wants, but to manipulate,
to create action.
Yeah.
Like really for her, because even we see it later on, it's just everyone is a pawn in the game of life, for Jacy. Roll my eyes because I'm like, oh god, I can't believe I'm
making
going
Blazing Saddles references.
But yeah, it's like just she's so bored that she realizes I have what they want. I might as well get what I want.
Yeah. So Sonny ends up helping out Ruth. Ruth is like working at the dance. She's like doing like the concessions and providing drinks and things. And so Sonny sees Ruth is struggling, and they've already connected once. And so he helps her, I think take garbage out or something.
Yeah. She asked will you help me? He's like, yeah, I'll help you. And he's pretty narrow-minded too at this point. Like he's a teenage boy.
Yeah.
Like he understands later on, like the full court press Jacy is applying. That's how he understands the subtleties where Ruth is like, hey, you were nice to me. No one's really ever nice to me. Will you help me? He's like, yeah, I'll help you. Like, sure, ma'am. Like, right. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're, outside alone for a moment, and they kiss each other. They have this little intimate moment. at Bobby's, JC, she's at the really rich guy's house now, and she's pressured to swim nude. So there's like 6 or 8 people there, guys, a couple of females, and they're all just having a nude swim.
Yeah, which surprised me. Like,
yeah.
I'm not super well versed in a lot. I mean, I've seen a lot of 70s movies, but in terms of like what is appropriate and what is not appropriate, I was a little shocked to be like, oh, there's quite a bit of full frontal nudity in this scene out of teenagers.
Yeah. Well, Bogdanovich was in that era of filmmakers who really start pushing limits. Scorsese,
for sure.
Coppola.
Yeah.
I mean, just we can list Altman,
Lansky.
Yeah, who really pushed
right. What's
Hollywood out of that silver age,
right.
and into kind of the towards modern day cinema in a lot of ways. And yes, I mean, there's just naked teens everywhere, and like naked Bobby and a voluptuous girl with him just walk right up.
Yeah.
And it's a first person shot. It's a POV shot from Jacy, and so we see these two just nude people walk right into the camera, and then
how comfortable they are.
Yeah, and Lester pops his head in a frame, and doofy Quaid.
Yeah, but yeah, just the comfort level of we're so rich, who cares?
Yeah.
It's so gross.
It is in a lot of ways. And so they tell her, like, if you want to be a part of this group, you have to go stand on that diving board and take off your clothes for us. And she does.
And this scene took forever.
Yeah. And you're meant to feel the awkwardness. And I think that's why it took so long.
I mean, I knew that, but it was just like, oh man, this is really going on.
Yeah. And, and so she ends up, jumping into the water. And of course the watch that Duane got for her stops working because she submerged underwater.
Yeah.
Back in town, Duane is moping with his friends, and they decide to get Billy a prostitute.
Yeah. A heifer, as they call it.
Yeah. I guess in the book, I think I was reading this in the trivia, it was literally a heifer.
Yeah. Yeah. That they got Billy matched up with a cow that can't calve.
Yeah. And so they basically take him to the town prostitute in the back of a car while the other boys look on. And of course, Billy, with his needs, he has no idea what's happening.
No.
And the prostitute is ridiculing him. It's
not that I've just based on movie prostitution, because I don't have any firsthand, nor do I ever want any firsthand experience. She's not a very good one.
Take it from me. No, she's. I'll take the dive here, Oz.
Okay.
Speaking from someone with significantly more experience in the prostitution industry. Yeah, she's
both
clearly
as a giver and receiver.
She's not a professional. Yes, in all facets of the prostitution industry.
Something had to pay your way through college.
Yeah. It's no student loans. It's a gross scene. It
really makes me question your advice as a college career counselor.
Well, I mean, you got to find your niche, right?
Yeah.
Take what your skill set is.
It's true. Just listen to Jacy's mom in this.
Yeah, just listen. That's my feedback. I always have the last picture show on that scene on pause, and I just kick my feet up and then just hit on pause. Just listen. Here you go. That's all you need to know.
Right.
So it's
fair. If you're ever getting out of this town.
Yeah. So it's a really uncomfortable scene, and as a viewer, you're supposed to feel uncomfortable because it's like the boys think they're doing Billy a favor,
right?
And while they're witnessing this happen, you can tell that they have mixed feelings. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say that they think it's an out and out mistake, but it didn't go the way that they had envisioned it would go.
Some of them did, I think. Some of them it processed of more than others. This was a better idea than reality.
Yeah. And so, at the end, the prostitute slaps him because he literally doesn't know what he's doing. And she assumes that he should. And so, bloodies his nose, and Sam is kind of Billy's caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
And so they bring Billy back to Sam, and Sam's just furious with him. He's furious. Why did you do this? It's Billy. You take care of Billy.
Right.
And and again, Sam owns the diner. He owns the pool hall, and he forbids them. The theater. He owns the theater.
Yeah.
You're no longer allowed in my businesses.
Right.
He's that upset with them. We cut from one incredibly awkward and comfortable sex scene to another, as Sonny and Ruth have a very awkward sex on the world's squeakiest bed.
Yeah, it was the prototype for Slinky.
It was. That's why you don't use Slinkies as bed springs.
True. Yeah.
And she apologizes later for crying. God, Ruth. Yeah, she deserves better.
Mm-hmm. Like an Oscar or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So later, Sonny asks Ruth why she married her husband. She said, I was 20 years old and I thought hairy-chested football coaches were about it.
Yeah.
And again, you give the idea that it's, even though this town is kind of dying right now, the people have always been this way.
Yes.
And it's, there's generations of this. Lois fell into that trap.
Mm-hmm.
Lois, has more gumption, I guess. Because she's just beyond caring at this point. Ruth is still trying to play within society's bounds,
right,
while still getting a taste of life beyond her horrible marriage. So Duane, because Duane stayed in the car when Sam was chewing all the other boys out, so Duane is still allowed in the pool hall, which upsets. Sonny's very resentful about that. But Sonny ends up going to the diner alone, and of course he goes to town therapist Genevieve to process more, and she forgives him. Sam enters, and he forgives Sonny as well. Let's see, because Billy walks in as well, and Billy runs right up to Sonny to greet him, and I think that was kind of Sam's cue that, like, well, if Billy's forgiven him, then
right,
yeah. But the next scene is the scene that won Ben Johnson the Oscar here. So Sam takes Billy and Sonny to the local fishing tank. Have you ever heard it referred to as a fishing tank?
No,
I don't know if that's like what that, if it's just a pond or if
it's a Texas thing.
Yeah, if it's like a regional thing.
Yeah,
but they go fishing. They go to the local fishing hole.
I'm just laughing because the goal is not to catch anything.
No, it's just to be there.
Sam doesn't even like fishing.
No. And he tells him about how much the countryside has changed, and this is where we get the camera slowly pushing in on him as he tells a really intense and kind of forlorn story about kind of lost love.
Mm-hmm.
When he was a little younger, he had a wife and child that had died. That had passed away. And so in trying to cope and trying to grieve and move on, he met a young woman who was, 19, 20, something like that. You get the idea. He's probably about 10 years older, maybe even 20 years older. And he took her skinny dipping. They never married because she was already married. But she was already miserable in marriage. But another quote I took down here was, being crazy about a woman like her is always the right thing to do. So Sam, you get the idea that those memories were so vivid for him that it was worth the heartache.
Oh yeah.
That followed.
Just to feel life.
Yeah. And so, that's the scene that won play caller Ben Johnson the Oscar.
Yeah.
Laminated call sheet and all.
Luckily, he wrapped up the speech before Bogdanovich got the camera too close.
Yeah. Bonked. Whoa.
Oh, God.
Back at Bobby Sheen's, several people are making out. Jacy dismisses Lester for not unbuttoning her shirt properly. Jacy goes to find Bobby because that's why she's there. She's there for Bobby. And he's by himself in the kitchen. And she walks in to see him, and he grabs her by the groin.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling someone else has seen this movie once.
Oh, God.
Well, you're just rich. That's what you do.
I don't think he would like this movie.
No.
When his favorite movies are the Rush Hour series.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Too much talking. Much talking. But yeah, I get your point. And so he grabs her like by the groin, just like she's a possession.
Mm-hmm.
Like she belongs to him. And then he basically asks, "Are you still a virgin?" And she says, "Yes. Come see me when you're not."
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to earn the right to be with me.
Mm-hmm. He's so disgusting.
So gross. Still moping around town. Duane is still moping, still sad about Jacy. So he and Sonny go to Mexico. They invite Sam. He doesn't go with, but he gives him some extra spending money just because
it's like New Year's weekend or something.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy Sam is. Go have a good time. Go be young.
And they had money. They had like $70.
Yeah, they had pooled their money together, but it's Sam, and that's what Sam does. And
right.
They come back just completely hungover. A couple of days later, the diner's closed. And the town something's not right. Something's unsettled here. Sam died while they were out of town in Mexico.
Had a stroke.
Yep, he died. He left Sonny, the pool hall, left Genevieve, the cafe. The old lady who kind of ran the theater on a day-to-day basis left that to her. At the funeral, and I didn't catch this until the second time through, Lois is wearing white. Everybody else is dressed in black.
I did notice that.
And she turns away from the ceremony out of grief, and she's visibly more shaken than anybody else in attendance there.
Yeah, as soon as they start lowering the casket, she's the first one out of there.
Yeah. She turns her shoulders and just bolts. We cut to Duane then arriving at a hotel with Jacy waiting for him. We get a point of view shot from Duane walking in the door, with her just sitting seductively on the bed and says, "I love you." Repeats it to Duane. He has trouble performing, and she lets him have it. She is not very kind or sensitive to Duane.
And it was really bizarre, because typically in Hollywood, or even in real life, unfortunately, you get more stories where things don't happen, but the guy goes around and tells the tale that, oh yeah, I got with her, and for his own masculinity. This is reversed. She's mad at him, like, you better not tell anybody that this happened.
Yeah,
you tell everybody we were together.
Yeah, like, and outside, Duane uncomfortably leaves afterwards, and there's a couple of Jacy's female friends are in a car, basically there to witness.
Yeah, they come rushing in.
Yeah, and she just tells, like, that, how was it? I just can't describe it in words.
Yeah.
Because again, the whole point is to get proof that she's not a virgin,
right? So
that Bobby Sheen will take her. Oh, it's so gross.
Oh, it's so gross.
Later, Duane calls Jacy, and she just cruelly dismisses him again. She's now she says, "I'm now dating Bobby Sheen.
I got another boyfriend."
Yeah. We get a time jump, and Duane has left town. Abilene arrives at the Farrows looking for either parent, either looking for Jean to hang out with or Lois to really hang out with, and neither of them are there, but Jacy is. And
we find out too that Jacy's there because she found out that Bobby Sheen just went off and got married.
Yeah,
that she was never really an option anyway.
Yeah, she was a trophy.
Yeah,
she was a trophy to be won. And so, Jacy says, "Well, I've never been to the pool hall," and Abilene says, "I got a key, I'll take you." And they go there and have another just incredibly uncomfortable sex scene.
Nobody's really good at it in this movie. Even the prostitute is like just
yeah.
Well, it's just so self-serving. Everything in this movie is
every character is self-loathing. Every character hates themselves in some ways, and are just resentful of the situation they're in, and they don't know how to express that to each other. Again, Genevieve is when your town therapist is also running the town diner. And so after this pool hall scene, Abilene drops her off at home, and she says, "I never thought something like this would happen." And he responds with, "How about hopping out?"
Yeah.
Ugh.
Doesn't even look at her. She goes to give him a kiss on the cheek. He just backs away. Like,
How about hopping out?
yeah.
Yeah. And so, of course, she's just devastated. Inside, Lois was waiting for Abilene, but consoles Jacy instead. And she tells Jacy about Sonny and Ruth. And Jacy immediately goes from being upset about what happened to Abilene to, well, Sonny always wanted to go with me.
Yeah.
And so, like, she went from being the sought after trophy, to being the one who was sought after, to the one who's doing the seeking. I didn't quite use the right words there,
but yeah. She's just so it's gross.
There's a void in her that
just Marsha. Like she just, again, I need to win. Like,
yeah. And again, she's been basically kicked out of, this more elite status, this social climbers club that she was trying to get in. And so, like, if I can't be in that club, I'm going to be the best of what this town has to offer me.
Right.
And just use everyone and take my resentment out on them. And so, we get I'm not going to spend much time on this because it didn't have a whole lot to do with a plot, but there was a really brief, unsettling sequence where the preacher's kid kidnaps a little girl.
Yeah.
And we see it from Sonny's point of view. And I think the scene is there to kind of it's Sonny becoming more and more aware of just how awful people are there.
Yeah.
So afterwards, Jacy pulls up to hit on Sonny, and we get a POV shot from Sonny, staring directly at a very seductive Cybill Shepherd.
Yeah.
Laying everything on him, convinces him to go driving with her. They make out in her car. So I put in my notes here, you'll appreciate this, referencing our Steven Seagal episode. Sonny hunks away with Jacy.
He does get some honks in.
There's several scenes of honking in this movie.
And it's there's really no other way to describe that.
I mean, that's what honking. They think. That's what they think intimacy is. That's what these young kids think intimacy is. Well, I'm gonna grab some boob. That's what the girl. That's what she wants, right?
Yeah. What I don't understand. What do you mean caress? Yeah. Don't you just mean grab?
We're lucky he didn't make sound effects to go with it.
Yeah. But that's all it was. It's just straight honking.
Yeah. We see Ruth putting up new wallpaper in like the color that, like, she had asked Sonny earlier, what's your favorite color? She changed the wallpaper to his favorite color. Doing her hair, she has kind of a sexy little nightie out, and Sonny never arrives for her.
Yeah.
He's with Jacy.
Just devastating, like, from like the corner of the room down shot of her sitting in just a swatch of sunlight on her bed. Just crushed me. Yeah,
agreed. We get another time jump. I'll try to pick up the pace a little bit here. Duane's back in town. Sonny says hi outside the pool hall. Gets mad that Sonny's now dating Jacy, but because Duane's still convinced he's going to marry her.
Yeah.
Just give her time. She'll be with me. Sonny tells Duane he's aware of the sexual struggles that he had with Jacy, and they get in a fight. Duane breaks a bottle right over Sonny's eye, right there in the middle of the street. In the hospital, Sonny avoids seeing Ruth. Ruth had come to see him, and Sonny tells the nurse, "Can you just tell her I'm asleep?" God, Ruth deserves so much better from everybody in this movie. Everybody. Mm-hmm. She's the only truly sincere character in this movie, except with herself, I would say.
Yeah.
We get another time jump. Sonny's out of the hospital at the diner. Duane's in the army now. Genevieve chastises Sonny for seeing Jacy, and Genevieve tells him Jacy is the kind of girl who brings out the meanness in a man, which I thought was very, very astute.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
Nope, she's not. Jacy arrives to see Sonny, and Genevieve just stares her down.
Cold.
She gives her a look.
Yeah.
Jacy is happy at how famous they are. We're all anybody talks about in this town.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I want to marry you, Sonny. The whole town will never forget it, and my folks won't like it.
Yeah.
Cut to them eloping. They ran off to Oklahoma to get married. Of course, she tells Sonny, "I left a letter for my parents telling them the whole plan." And immediately she just becomes cruel and dismissive of Sonny. She just turns on a dime.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's trying to get fresh a little bit. It's not, no, just leave me alone. Not,
Yeah.
I'm
So
driving.
basically, Gene and Lois, they get the police involved to track him down. Gene just berates Sonny, of course, because it's Sonny's fault. Not his sweet little girl.
No.
And so Gene leaves with Jacy, and Sonny rides home with Lois. She gives him her flask, so he's half drunk by the time they get back home. And she says, "You're lucky you got clear at JC."
Yeah,
like she knows who her daughter is,
which is just insane because earlier in the movie, she's the one that's encouraging her to act this way.
Yeah, and she even says, "You should have stayed with Ruth."
Yeah,
like yeah. And Sonny just laments, after they arrive back in town, Sonny laments that the town just hasn't been right since Sam died. And Lois agrees and tears up and admits that she and Sam loved each other. And Sonny deduces that Lois is the young woman from Sam's story.
Right.
Another time jump. We're about a year removed from the beginning of the movie at this point. And Sonny's at a local football game. Here's Duane is back in town. We get a gross in a different way scene of the coach cozying up to the line judge.
Yeah.
It says, "Man should never cheat unless it's for a good cause." As he's talking to the line judge. But of course, Sonny's right there.
Right.
And coming from Ruth's husband, it's like, oh yeah, I cheated on, or she cheated on you with me.
Yeah. For a good cause.
For a good cause. Yeah. Because good on me for keeping Ruth warm. And for giving her some attention.
That's right. I'm such a good guy.
Yeah. So Sonny seeks out Duane. He's shipping out to Korea the next day. Asks, "Hey, you want to go to the movies? The movie theater's closing down. We're gonna go to the Last Picture Show."
Yeah.
And they go see Red River. And as the movie is ending, we literally see the Red River ending card, the end, on the screen. Next day, Duane admits he's still not over JC. Oof. Yeah. Sonny apologizes for what happened. I'll see. Duane says, "I'll see you in a year or two if I don't get shot." If he gets on the bus,
he's just so
yeah. Sonny watches him leave, leaving Sonny there, by himself. No JC, no Duane, no Sam,
right. No picture house.
Yeah. Inside the pool hall, Sonny hears a horn honk. And hears some ruckus outside, and pokes his head out and sees people gathered around and sees Billy's broom lying in the street. Billy was hit by a cattle truck and killed. And there's half a dozen old men, just townies there around Billy. Just, "Oh, he was a dumb kid. This wasn't your fault, driver."
Yeah.
And Sonny, for the first time in this movie, shows some guts and berates them. Drags Billy's body away from them, and then just kind of cradles Billy's body for a while. Sonny cries as he looks in the pool hall. He's the only one in there. We see the same wind, or hear the same wind whooshing sound from the beginning of the movie. Sonny initially takes off in his truck, but then goes back to Ruth's and asks if he can come in. And as she's pouring the coffee, she
wins an Oscar.
Yes, wins an Oscar. She, for the first time, shows some agency in this movie, and just goes off on him. "I'm sick of apologizing. I shouldn't have to feel this guilty." Calls him out for leaving her for JC. And I'm sure you left Billy, who we're probably minutes removed from Sonny cradling Billy's dead body. How many times did you leave Billy for JC? I'm around the corner now. Needing me won't make it come back. But he extends his hand and she takes it. And we get the classic line that ends this movie: "Never you mind, honey, never you mind," as she calms down, leaving on an interesting note.
Yeah.
It's, where is Ruth at as this movie closes? We get the same wind whooshing sound. The camera kind of pans back.
Yeah, reverse pans.
And ends on the theater, coming full circle from the opening shot. As we go to credits, that is 1971's The Last Picture Show. I know I took my time getting through.
Oh no, plot, it deserved it.
But again, this, I'm not kidding when I say this is one of the best screenplays. This did not win the Oscar for best screenplay. I didn't look to see what did.
I'm actually looking now.
Yeah. What a movie, Oz. What a great movie.
I agree. It was a great film. It felt very stage play-esque, which is just
I like that. Yeah.
just a testament to the script, because you don't pull something like that off without a solid script.
Yeah. So as we wrap things up here, Oz and I, every week we do our own unique rating about the movie we yap about, The Last Picture Show. Oz, I know you're looking up the Oscars for that year.
I've got it right here.
All right.
It lost Best Picture to French Connection.
Okay.
It lost Best Director to French Connection.
Was that Friedkin? William Friedkin, I think.
Yeah. Of course, it won Supporting Actor, Supporting Actress, Screenplay.
It was adapted screenplay.
Yeah, lost to French Connection.
Interesting. Really?
Yeah, but Clockwork Orange is in the running that year too.
Yeah.
Fiddle on the Roof, French Connection, Clockwork Orange, all kind of vying for that top spot. But yeah, it lost to French Connection, beat it out in just about every category.
The year of the French Connection.
Yeah. It's an independent film. That international film, French Connection.
It's the French Connection, yeah.
Starring Gene Hackman.
French dressing. French fries. French Connection. Oh, let's go watch the French Connection. I'll never do that again, by the way.
That's fine. Your French is better than your horse.
I speak better French than I do equine.
You do.
So, hey, Oz, what is your unique rating for The Last Picture Show?
549.
549. Okay.
That is the Criterion Collection spine number for this film.
I like it. I like your reference. Okay.
What do you got?
I didn't come up with a clever number, so I'm just going with 95 topless breakups. And I did that just to put you in a weird spot, as you have to find an image that goes with that.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. I guess Forgetting Sarah Marshall it is.
There you go. That would be bottomless breakups. But
well, he didn't have a top on either.
That's true.
He dropped the towel.
Folks, every week Oz and I scour the interwebs searching for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours as well in this week's edition of Outside Insight. Oz, what is your Outside Insight?
Let's see. I have I like mine. I got a good one here. It is a 4.5-star review left on June 1st of 2020 by Demi Adeju, whatever, on Letterboxd. Sure. A million little heartbreaks. Every single performance is a masterwork. Was sort of thrilling to see so many of the tricks Bogdanovich would go on to use in Paper Moon. See how good Riverdale could have been if they kept it in the 50s? Got a huge crush on Eileen Brennan in this movie. Have had a long-standing crush on a woman that reminds me of Eileen Brennan in this movie. I might just text her, you kind of remind me of Eileen Brennan in The Last Picture Show. She will not respond, as I do not think people like it when you tell them they look like most celebrities, especially when it's as precise as Eileen Brennan specifically in the 1971 film The Last Picture Show. If you or someone you know looks like Eileen Brennan in The Last Picture Show, let me know. Would love to project a personality onto you. 4.5 stars.
At one point when we meet her character, this is right after Sonny had broken up with his original girlfriend, and he's kind of moping around and processing at the diner, and we meet her from his perspective as Sonny is checking her out.
He was, yes. Yeah.
And I think she noticed it too.
I believe she did.
Yeah, and she did.
She's probably used to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But kept her distance to her, to her credit.
Yeah.
All the other predatory adults in this film had no problem.
That's true. Do you remember, speaking of Timothy Bottoms, who played Sonny, do you remember there was a very short-lived series on Comedy Central from 2001 called That's My Bush?
Yes. Yeah.
Made by Parker and Stone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The George Bush kind of ripoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Was he in that one?
Yeah. Timothy Bottoms played George Bush.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why he looked familiar.
Mm-hmm. He was in it was a fun show. They stopped making it because then 9/11 happened.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it was a fun premise because, you know, Bush always came across as like a decent enough guy, but who was just kind of in over his head.
Yep.
And they played it off, you know, like the sitcom. There was like a neighbor next door who would pop in through the door like, "Hey neighbor, got some sugar?" Like I need to revisit that. That's my Bush.
The Last Picture Show has a sequel.
Yeah, called Texasville.
Yeah, also directed by Peter Bogdanovich, also starring Jeff Bridges, Cybill Shepherd, Cloris Leachman, Timothy Bottoms, Randy Quaid, and Eileen Brennan. I'm curious. I don't know if it's any good.
I know it got kind of. I looked a little bit at it at Wikipedia and IMDb. It got really meh reviews.
Right? Yeah, it did flopped at the box office.
Yeah, it's a 6.0 on IMDb, and even the cover art.
It's real hokey. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jeff Bridges and Cybill Shepherd nose to nose over a sunset.
Yeah, it's pretty hokey. But
I don't buy it.
No, but just being just having lived with these characters as we have, like there's a part of me that's like I kind of want to watch it just to see where it goes.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
No, I just not sure.
Yeah. Annie Potts is in it too. Patreon subscriber Lyle M has a thing for Annie Potts.
She's cute. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters did that for him.
Mm-hmm.
More specifically, Ghostbusters 2 did that for him.
Yeah, it was Ghostbusters 2. Right. It's because he envisions himself as Rick Moranis, and in that movie, Annie Potts and Rick Moranis get together.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My outside insight, as always, comes from the Internet Movie Database, and it's a 1 out of 10. Left by Wade Boy BOI in January of 2005 with the subject line, "It's no Citizen Kane." I concur that this is one of the most overrated movies of all time. I squirmed at the famous skinny dipping scene because it's so over-the-top self-conscious. In the period in which the film is placed, skinny dipping would have been the norm at any YMCA, and co-ed nudity was probably not much of a stretch in a small backwater community. Note to filmmakers, if you can't just let nudity happen naturally at a scene, then set the scene somewhere else. Don't distract us with coy posing to deliberately hide the parts you think we'll be embarrassed about.
Just let these teens be nude naturally.
I know. Just let me see teen nudity.
Come on, make it more natural.
Sorry, Wade Boy.
Because teens love to get naked. Like, just let it happen.
Just let him be naked and let me see.
Yeah. Peter Bogdanovich. Not just Bogdanovich, but directors.
Yeah. Come on, Peter.
And all directors.
Insert 70s movie director. More teen nudity.
That's right. Oh, that's so gross.
It is very gross. Yeah. Wade Boy. Yeah, you can stay in 2005 there.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, it's that point in the show you've been waiting for. You've been waiting an hour and 8 minutes for. Let's talk about Flick's signature segment, the 3-2-1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1 about this week's movie, The Last Picture Show. Oz, what are your 3 goods?
First one is the pacing.
Okay. Yes.
And not in our traditional sense where we like the pacing as it just clips along.
Yeah.
This pacing really made us feel as if there's nothing to do in this town.
Yeah.
You know, it does a lot of time hops, which is fine. But even when we're in a scene, it just lingers and drags, and that's intentional. And so my first is the pacing really makes us feel like we're bored, but we're not disengaged bored. We're just this is not an action film. My second is just how bad Cloris Leachman makes you feel for her. Her performance and excellent performances throughout, don't get me wrong, but her performance really made me feel just terrible for how her life has panned out. I don't think that was anybody's drive and goal. And when she gets Sonny, and even how Sonny handles it, it's just God, in the moment she takes his hand, she's just sucked right back into it. Yep. I agree. And that's all she knows. Yeah. And my third good is this is pretty realistic depiction of small town life.
Yeah.
Maybe like we kind of mentioned earlier, we both grew up in a small town, not a whole lot to do. I remember just walking, just going out, just walking. The downside is that this wasn't a film that I grew up in, so there weren't characters at the ready at any time. It was a lot of just lonely walking because there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
You literally, and this is all pre-cell phone, so you just literally walked around town hoping that somebody would be outside.
Yeah.
That you could just chat to. So
hang out with. Yeah.
Yeah. Much more realistic depiction of small town life. And as opposed to what your guy and your outside insight thinks, my small town didn't just have natural teen nudity all over the place. So, which is fine because I would have had to stand on the end of a diving board, and I was in no shape to do that in high school.
The welcome to community sign didn't say home of teen nudity.
No, it was on the water tower, but
okay. You gotta make sure you can see it from a mile away.
Yeah, it's got a lot of traffic. So, what do you got for your three goods?
For my three goods, I'm going to start with just the themes that this movie had. It identity, control, regret, inevitability. The town's decline stands in for the characters. There's so many just themes that hit me as a viewer, and made you identify with the characters, and the longing that some experience, the regret they experience. It's just so, and again, I credit that all to the screenplay. My second good is Ellen Bernstein's performance. Cloris Leachman was amazing. I thought Ellen Bernstein stole the show.
She did. Yeah, when she was on set, or when she was in a scene, definitely.
Yeah. This like, you can even argue that the even though this movie really, you kind of see it through Sonny's eyes, the most important characters are all female, and
yes,
they're the ones who, the men are just reacting to them, with Sam possibly being the exception. But Ellen Bernstein, I thought she put on an acting clinic at this movie, especially just that scene where it's her and Sonny coming back after the marriage was annulled. Ooh, that hits so hard.
Yeah.
And then my third good is some of those first person camera shots, particularly where, and it happened a couple of times where you're seeing from a character's literally through their eyes, and there's pressure applied to them. At Bobby's house, when Jacy arrives and Bobby walks right up to her naked, with a gorgeous woman on his side, and then Lester's there too. If you want to be in, you got to take your clothes off, just staring down the camera.
Right.
Later, when Jacy is manipulating Sonny, same thing. You see through Sonny's eyes. He walks up to the car and she's being coy and seductive. It just, so some of those, like where they're staring down the barrel of the camera, like looking directly at the audience, I thought was some great directing choices.
Yeah, I agree.
So those are my three goods. Oz, what are your two bads?
My first one is hormones. Yeah, let's not forget this movie is full of teens, and they are firing on all cylinders, these hormones.
Yep.
Which leads to my second bad, which is teen nudity.
Yep.
Again, we've covered this multiple times throughout the life of the show. They are not teenagers acting. We know that.
Yeah, they're young adults, but they're still depicting.
It's that's the word I was going to use. It's the depiction of high school students being nude.
Yeah.
And it's gross. And I don't know any of the actual talent on set. I did see that Cybill Shepherd was really resistant on doing it, and it was Leachman, Brennan, and Bernstein that talked her into it. That kind of said, you need to do this. But But they also had been going through a trial of Hollywood where if you're going to be successful as a female performer, you do what the men tell you to do.
Yeah.
On top of it, when you read, the other stuff that Cybill Shepherd and Peter Bogdanovich went on to have an affair on this film, like his wife was
she was like a set designer or something like that.
Like his wife worked on this film, and he was, and it's I don't know, like they are human beings after all, and they all have their own personality quirks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I do try to keep all that out when I'm watching a movie, and I let the character be the character. I don't let the character be the personification of the actor or actress. And so when we have directing choices of, we got a lot of teenagers, let's get as many of them naked as we can.
Yeah.
Even if they're in their 20s, I don't care. You're still playing it off as a person who hasn't graduated high school.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that. That's gross. That's my second bad.
I get it.
How about you?
I have a lot listed here. I'm just going to burn through some, and most of these are, just kind of what a lot of our bads are in good movies, just more about like the characters as opposed to
right. Yeah. Yeah. I get you.
So middle-aged men who place their identity in the performance of high schoolers. The PE teacher coach. More Genevieve. You kind of mentioned it earlier too. More Genevieve. Negligent husbands.
Yeah.
The first time Ruth and Sonny have sex, she feels guilty for cheating instead of just letting herself be free and enjoy. Yeah. Sonny going back to Ruth at the end because he feels bad and he needs connection.
Right.
Like all of those bads.
It's the only person might still be there for me.
Yeah. My two real bads though. The first one is it's a little hard to track the time jump sometimes.
Yes. Agreed.
There was no like title cards or on-screen text or anything that cued you in, so you really had to kind of pay attention to how they jump time. Not that every movie needs to be that obvious about things, but I did find
it was tough. Yeah, it was tough.
Like, oh, okay, now he's in the army. It's been a couple of months. Okay, like,
oh, they're singing. This must be graduation.
Okay. Oh, there's the cheerleaders. That must be next season's football.
Right. Like, yeah. I agree. I agree. Especially when you're placing that, like it's in a North Texas town to where you don't get to play the seasons card.
You beat me to it. Yeah. There's no snow. There's no like leaves falling. And it's in black and white too.
Right.
So
yeah.
So that's my first bad. And the other one is, and this is one, as much as I love the screenplay, this is the one thing I don't think they had to explicitly have Lois say out loud that she was Sam's lover.
No.
I think it would have been better to let Sonny discover it and mull with it than have her say out loud, yes, I was with Sam.
Right.
Again, that's probably my favorite scene in the movie. Was Sonny and Lois after the marriage annulment, and up until right there, because I had figured it out about 15 seconds before she said it out loud, like, oh, she's the lover, and then she says it out loud. It's like, you didn't have to say it.
I think I figured it out as soon as he was giving the talk, actually.
Yeah.
I was like, it's got to be Lois. Like, just because she's she's beyond all of it.
Yeah.
Like for her, it's like, she clearly doesn't care. And that when he was given that speech, I was like, I bet that's Lois.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good on you for figuring that out. I got there about 15 seconds before, and then she said it, and like, oh God, that just kind of took the wind out of the sails. But,
yeah.
So that's my second bad. Oz, what's your
how badly would Hollywood screw this up today?
What's her name? Oh God, I'm blanking on it. Sydney Sweeney would be in there at some point. She would play Jacy. She'd be Jacy.
Yeah. Like how badly would Hollywood screw this up today? If this was if let's remake The Last Picture Show, which director would you think could get the closest
to messing it up?
No, like to
Oh,
like,
to actually doing it right?
Yeah, to pulling it off. Like,
man.
Let's say we've seen this unreleased film from 1971. No one else has seen it, and Hollywood is making it for the first time. You know, knowing that we want the same type of capture that we just witnessed. Who would get closest?
Oh man,
and why is it Spike Lee? Why is it Dennis Dugan?
It's Dennis Dugan.
I think everybody wants to go to a Paul Thomas Anderson.
That's literally who I was going to say, was Paul Thomas Anderson.
Right.
And even I think he would overly stylize it too much.
I think so, yeah.
Like, that's the one I came to, and it's like, well, even he would, like, there'd be too much of a soundtrack or something like that.
Yeah, and that's one thing I left out of mine. There's no score to this film. The only music is based on what's on the radio or the jukebox, and so that was kind of a fun little play on how to bring music in. Had I done a movie marriage, I would have thrown and I knew I'd draw a blank on it. What's that? Golly. Was it George Lucas? Ron Howard's in it.
American Graffiti.
Yeah, I would have had American Graffiti probably in mind.
Well, and that's where I think you and I are on similar wavelengths. That's why I had Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Right, yeah.
In mind, because they were both teen coming of age movies, awkward sex. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I just, you know,
American Graffiti would have been a great choice as well.
It's just how badly would Hollywood screw this up today? Yeah. It'd be awful.
It would. It'd be terrible.
Yeah, just nobody's going to stick around for it. Now, an indie could pull it off for sure, but overall, no, this isn't going to happen today. So, what's your
I'm going to throw a backup one in there. So, like my backup was that, going back to the scene with the preacher's son and the little girl. After the mother just, of course, berates the preacher's son and whatnot, and she's in hysterics, and then she walks off with her daughter just behind her.
Yep.
If you're that concerned about your daughter,
I know. I watched it, and I mentioned I was watching it with Jenny and made that comment too when they're walking away, and then I was like, "Oh, don't forget the daughter."
Oh yeah,
Mom,
I'm here too. I was almost molested.
Right.
My real one though is going to be and this is definitely an opinion based, should one well-delivered monologue win someone an Oscar? Because it happened twice in this movie.
Twice in this movie, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
And not that they were bad at other times in the movie, but like...
And those aren't the only ones that are getting recognition. Like, The Greed is Good got a lot of attention for it, and, from Michael Doug. But I agree. Personally, I don't think so. I don't think a perfectly delivered monologue should grant you the title of best supporting actor or actress. Again, the rest of their deliveries were fine. Yeah. But it really boiled down to those two monologues.
Yeah. Ben Johnson just staring into the middle distance.
Yeah.
Reminiscing.
Right. Yeah. And they were great. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But no, I agree. I think I need to, it's like less than 10 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not much.
Yeah. How about you? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I thought Ben Johnson was great, but he was in the movie for less than 10 minutes.
Right.
Like,
Jeff Bridges was fine too. And he was in the movie a lot longer.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think you have to put you must have X minutes of screen time to qualify. It's like the NBA with their awards. You must play at least 65 games to qualify for. I don't think you have to put that on there. But it just he just literally wasn't in the movie very much.
Right. Yeah. It was like it almost felt like his presence was more important than his actual on-screen delivery.
Yes, well said. Because his character, and again, reading deeper about the themes, like his character, like this movie, and we kind of talked about this a little bit before, but this movie really, transitioned. It was in that period that really transitioned Hollywood out of the Silver Age. And,
Right.
Sam the Lion represented the old way. Like, his
Yeah.
character represented
Yeah.
the old way and like the old West. And when he died, that's when things changed.
Yeah, they really did.
And so like this era of movie did it, but you could argue this movie itself played a
Right.
pivotal role in that too.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and have you ever seen The French Connection? I haven't seen it.
I have. It's been a long time. It's probably been 25 years. I remember it
Right.
being really good.
Yeah,
I've
heard nothing but good things.
I remember it also being pretty brutal because it's about police officers going way beyond the line of duty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just wouldn't have been an easy year for the Academy.
Yeah.
Especially when you're looking at like Clockwork Orange is up there too. Like that's insane to think a movie like The Clockwork Orange, which I think is a great movie, but it's like, yep, you deserve Academy Award winning nominee. Like that the Academy was open-minded enough back then to be like, we know a good movie when we see a good movie.
Yeah.
So also a lot fewer films to choose from.
There's that too. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good
Yeah.
It was a good
That wraps last movies with the word last in the title, and also wraps 2025, Oz.
Mm-hmm.
At the time of this recording, we're just a couple of days before New Year's. We've had 2026 mapped out for several months just because because
that's how we operate.
We enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
We've got some fun and we've got some bizarre months coming up this year.
Yes, we do.
Just looking at April and May in particular.
I think we've got more bizarre than usual.
Yeah, so we've got some. We're really leaning into this. As this podcast has evolved, I think we've let ourselves become sillier with it.
I think so. Yes.
Which again should be the point of this, and our themes reflect that.
Yes, definitely does. Especially January's theme, which we kick off next week,
combines two pivotal figures of the late 80s and 90s.
Yep. Yes, it does. But are they two? Because I've not seen both of them in the same room at the same time.
True. There's also not a rule against a dog playing basketball.
That's true. So we are going to. I'll let you introduce the theme because I got the first movie.
Okay. So as we kick off January 2026, we are combining our love for well done action sci-fi movies. With our love of late 80s, 90s wrestling. And so January 2026 will debut with Bam Bam Catherine Bigelow month. Does it have anything to do with Bam Bam Bigelow? No. We just want to say Bam Bam Catherine Bigelow month.
I'd rather do Bam Bam Catherine Bigelow than Deuced Catherine Bigelow. Female gigolo.
Female gigolo, yeah. Wrestling gigolo.
That's right. Yeah, Bam Bam Catherine Bigelow month. And because you wrapped up this month, I've got the kickoff.
Yes.
And there are, I will say this, Catherine Bigelow, I think, is a very underrated director.
Yes.
With a very wide spectrum of film.
Yeah, she plays in a lot of genres.
And she is very capable in all of said genres. And so we are kicking off January of 2026 with with the movie Near Dark.
Yes.
Are they vampires? Yes. Do we call them vampires? No. Western. And let's not forget that Catherine Bigelow and James Cameron had a relationship for quite a while. And so this is, I believe, I could be wrong, but this is in the overlap of their relationship to where you see some James Cameron stablemates roll into a Catherine Bigelow movie.
This movie was made, it was either immediately after or even concurrently, like overlap concurrently with Aliens.
Yeah. And so we've got John Paxson. Oh, no, that's not right. Why am I drawing a blank?
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. I'm like, no, it's not John Paxton. He's not in this movie.
John Paxton. Bulls guard John Paxton.
Yeah,
plays a pivotal role in this.
As soon as, we had Ben Johnson in this movie.
We did. We had Ben Johnson. John Paxton, who hit the 3 to win the 3rd championship for the Phoenix Suns.
That's how they kill the vampires in this movie. They bring John Paxton.
Paxton.
No, Bill Paxton in this film. You've got oh God, why am I'm awful.
I got you. We got Jeanette Goldstein is in both.
Goldstein,
Lance Henriksen.
Yeah, I'm just terrible at names in this one. And so this is it's a really cool movie.
It is a fun premise, great execution.
Yes. It's just the atmosphere of this one.
Yeah.
It really, I really enjoyed this one.
We've talked about how you and I, Westerns are just, it's a genre that doesn't speak to us. This movie is a Western in a lot of ways.
Yeah. If you can sneak a Western in under the guise of something else, I'm okay. It's that straight, like man on a horse with cowboy hat on and 6-shooter and a bandana. That, where we're running cattle or sheep or whatever. I struggle there, but you make a Western in Italy. Okay. I'm on board for it.
This is a Western that's wrapped in a horror movie.
Yes, for sure. So we will be back next week to watch and cover Near Dark.
Yeah.
To kick off Bam Bam Catherine Bigelow movie month.
At some point, one of the characters does a cartwheel that turns into a drop kick.
Well, it's when the vampires shave their heads and get tattooed.
Yes. It's what Jeanette Goldstein gets, tattoos of flame on top of her skull.
Which, she's got that bodysuit on throughout this film.
Yeah.
Really, really nailed it. So, but Near Dark to kick off next month, next year, next week.
Next everything.
So, social media wise, Facebook and Instagram, YouTube Shorts, subscribe, do all that stuff you're supposed to do. And we will see you guys. Have a happy new year, by the way.
Yes, happy new year. Have a safe new year. We look forward to catching up in 2026.
And for another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, I'm Oz.
I'm Curtis.
We'll see you guys next year with Near Dark.